I want to introduce you to the conservative micro stock index and micro gold portfolio. Conservative meaning that there are less strategies and less Nasdaq strategies. So trading in general has risks, but there are less strategies and strategies with smaller stop losses. So your risk is less, but there is still risk involved when trading futures. So this is the introduction. There are 27 strategies in this portfolio. You see the names of the workspace: micro stock index and micro gold, MES. So these are all the E-mini micro S&P strategies. There are 16 of these, and these are as you can see on the screen, there's 16 strategies. They're set up with the MES contracts, and basically in general, the counter trend strategies are more on the left. So you see counter trend strategies are right here, and that includes these. These are the counter trend strategies, and these are all day trade counter trend strategies. Now these are right here. These are the trend following, more of the trendy day trade strategies. And these are the overnight strategies. These three are the overnight strategies. So there's 13 strategies total for the micro S&P contract. The next setup is the micro Nasdaq. There are only 4 strategies. The Nasdaq is very volatile. These strategies are very trendy, and they have a lot of potential with the Nasdaq. We have our base version. I'm going to show you that in a minute so you can see the difference. And the base version has 14 strategies. This version only has 4. And so you see 4 strategies. This is a trend following, trend following. These are all breakout and trend following strategies. These 3 right here are day trade only, while this one is an overnight strategy that can trade 24 hours a day. So you have so far 4 strategies that can trade overnight in the stock index. Now the last one is a 7 on the micro gold. And so you can see Asia Gold 4 short and long are counter trend strategies that trade overnight. SR counter trend 3s can trade overnight as well. These are counter trend as well here. So all of these are counter trend. These are day trade counter trend. These are overnight counter trend. And this is a trend strategy. Cobra Gold is a trend strategy. So meant to say CT, trend, counter trend. So these are the 7 micro gold strategies in this portfolio. I'm going to show you how those look in the portfolio calculator. I've added these to the portfolio calculator now. And so you can see this is micro stock index, micro gold. Here is the setup. You can see the CSRV. And the total profit over drawdown is what we're focused on. The drawdown is half of what the other one is of the base platform. There are only 27 strategies versus 37. So there's only 4 Nasdaq strategies instead of 14. So the Nasdaq can be the wild card, as we've seen. And you can see the consistency. These strategies are the same strategies that are in the 200K portfolio, the micro versions of those. And so here's the 200K portfolio. And it's going to update here. So you can see this one has been our top strategies. So we've taken the stock index, ES, NQ, and gold and created a conservative micro stock index and micro gold. A lot of the other markets do not have 1/10 micro contracts, so it's not included. So this takes less capital to trade this. And so you see the consistency of this over the years. 2018 and 2020 were very volatile, big ranging years, and so very consistent though. You know, close to 10K per year right here and here, not quite. So many years are, you know, you like the concept of 10K a year trading 1 micro, right? So if you traded one mini or 1 full contract on these, that would be 100K per year. So 10K per year is good. Some years do better, some years do a little worse. You have a $6,000 year here, $7,000 year there. These are close to 10K years in here, and we're pacing a 10K year so far per micro. So it's always positive to see that. I'm going to compare it to the current base micro stock index and micro gold portfolio. When you subscribe, you get all of these strategies, and if you're a current subscriber, you'll get the update. So there are 37 strategies here, and some of the ES and gold strategies are slightly different. I'm going to show you that. But here is the total profit over drawdown is 45.39. The drawdown is 43.12.25. The drawdown is twice as big, and the Nasdaq has been the wild card lately. Made a worst case drawdown, then made a new equity peak, and so timing. One of the things we can consider is timing between these two portfolios, where you start out trading the conservative, and when this one goes through a drawdown, you flip over to this setup in anticipation of a more trendy Nasdaq. So this one will probably go through a drawdown if the Nasdaq is very choppy, and then when we anticipate a cycle for a trend, you could flip over to this one. That would be a discretionary decision, and so it could be timed. If you get in on a drawdown, it could be done properly. I am actually considering an algorithm within this spreadsheet to tell you when to flip, and so you can open up one set of workspaces, the conservative workspace to start, and then you can flip over at the right time. After some chop and after a cycle, you then flip over to the base version that has all the Nasdaq strategies, and I'm going to show you that now. So here is what the workspace looks like. This is the base ES workspace. There are also 16 strategies in both, but there's 7 differences. There's 7 different strategies in the base versus the conservative. In the Nasdaq, there are 14 strategies instead of 4 in the conservative. And in the gold, there's 7 strategies, but 2 of these strategies are different. So once again, when you subscribe to the micro stock index micro gold portfolio, you get all 6 workspaces. You get this base setup with 37 strategies set up. Then you get the conservative version with the 27 strategies set up, and working on an algorithm to flip between these. The portfolio calculator has been updated to include both portfolios, and you can see the difference here. This was released in November, and you can see how it's done, and then you can see the one that we just released now. Keep in mind, this is basically the E-mini S&P, E-mini Nasdaq, and gold strategies taken directly from the 200K portfolio, which was released in November. So the 200K portfolio, the current version was released November the 30th. It's been our top performing portfolio, very consistent, and the Nasdaq in the micro conservative uses the same strategies, except on a micro. It uses the same strategies on the E-mini S&P. You see the E-mini S&P, E-mini Nasdaq, and gold, except we're using 0.1 in the micro conservative version. So once again, I'm going to send the update if you have a subscription. If you don't, I'm going to show you where you can subscribe. CapstoneTradingSystems.com, market portfolios. You see the micro stock index and micro gold portfolio, and I do not have the information in this video on this page, but I will be adding it to this page. And so when you visit this page, you can scroll down, you can read about the current base setup, and then you can look for the information that is in this video right now to be added to this page. Either way, when you subscribe, you get both setups.